Oh, Lori's not here. But I don't know if he's coming.
He says no.
Yeah.
We'll wait till 7:30.
No, that's
6:30 or 6:30, yeah.
I was thinking about less.
Is this Lori's recommendation? Did she write this?
She did. So did you want to try to have that Lois also come to the next meeting?
I wanted to talk about that with the executive committee to see what they
Yeah.
thought.
And then maybe we'll have Lori's recommendation. That would be a good meeting.
I think there was another recommendation being drafted from our last meeting. I thought Denise and Dylan were working on
Oh yeah, I haven't heard anything.
well, something. I think the gist of it was that just talking about the way the city treated you and without any
Oh,
consultation.
just in the city manager stopped the recommendation.
That one?
Not that recommendation, the LeGrand Canada.
You did?
He stopped it from going on the commission.
Yeah, in February after.
That's what they were talking about. I don't know that they were talking about my job so much, but I might be wrong.
Well, maybe it might be both. But I thought it was the fact that they revamped. Oh, no, I think you're right. Because Pat wrote the one about your position.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Sorry, I got it confused. You're
And
right.
that's been sent out. So I sent that recommendation yesterday or today. Then I sent the budget recommendation. So everybody's gotten everything. And I sent a little note to the commissioners saying I was leaving my position, but only good for me. And I have all the stuff next door in the office if you'd like to view it.
I'm surprised Alex is not here.
She's gonna come on Zoom, I think. So that's why I just had to look to see if
Did we have? But nothing's on yet.
No.
We'll wait another minute for Lori and then we'll get started.
she had childcare issues or something, so she said, "Do you mind if I join by Zoom?" And I said, "No, as long as it works."
Oh, Alex.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So what else did she send? Oh, she sent you guys all the forms for the yard sign.
Great.
There's about 4 of them, and then she did send some.
Okay, I'll fill that out.
Yeah, I just do it sooner than later if you want to use up that money.
Yeah, so I don't know if we really did approve the expenditure of money for yard signs in
Yeah, we did.
March,
We did.
February, March, and April, but
Yeah. Oh, she came. I was gonna say you were gonna be here on Zoom. Yes. And the Zoom's actually working.
It is good.
I don't know.
No, I'm serious, because for our admin meeting, like 2 hours ago, I had to use the laptop over here because it just wasn't connecting to anything. So
Oh,
I'm
sorry,
really glad
but
that it
looks like it's
figured
working.
its life out.
We're sort of waiting to see if Lori. We were waiting to see if you came on Zoom, but I think Lori's coming in person. Oh, here. So this is this, and this is a recommendation. It's going to be talked about, and maybe put on the agenda for Zoom. So if you all haven't met Alex, this is Alex. I think you met her at the.
Yep. We've been around.
and I was thinking, did you know all of us at the outreach committee meeting? Did you know who we all were? I don't think we.
Faces and names from
Okay.
things, but I don't know that I actually interacted with many
Okay.
HCC folks.
And maybe I got there late, but I was thinking maybe we would introduce ourselves.
And you can't see the people, like we can see it here, but when you look on Zoom, they look so far away and little, you can't really see them.
Yeah.
We're really bad about saying our name and what district, if you've noticed.
I
just-
just did the last one.
Oh, nobody said any district, but I
Oh,
just
no.
know everybody's voice, so it's
Sure.
easy for me. But Ben's good about repeating. That was Diana. motioned first and Zonda motioned
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah. I'm sure that helps.
But it would be better because people online don't know who's speaking. Because
Right.
you can't really see that.
Right, it is 7:32. I'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. Peggy, can you take attendance?
We'll do roll call. Diana Hammer,
Present.
Claude DeGoff,
Here.
Ben Kuiper.
Here.
And I think Lori's coming.
So we have quorum.
Yes.
At this time, I will call for any public comment on non-agenda items. Seeing no public online. We move on. No commissioners online.
Yes.
Hello.
Lori,
Hi.
that's good.
At this time, I will entertain any changes or discussion regarding last month's meeting minutes. Dated May 7th, 2025.
And now this is not Sharon, so I don't know why, was this Sharon?
The record reflects Lori Fitzgerald is here. Any changes to the minutes?
I move we approve as.
Is there a second?
Second.
Moved by Hammer, seconded by Fitzgerald to approve the minutes as they stand. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0.
Oh, and this is supposed to say June 25th. Sorry.
All right, we'll move into updates from executive committee members. I had a few things, so I am going to review the budget or the budget meeting that we had on last week. I haven't had time yet. Looks like everything functioned, so thank you, Sonda and Lori and Diana for all of your work on that. We will be presenting that package on the next admin meeting, which I believe is the 11th. And in addition to the budget recommendations, we'll also be presenting the updated LeGrand Cannon recommendation. As I understand, Lori and Diana are out that day.
Where is? No, actually, I'll be here.
Okay, do you want to do the LeGrand then?
I can if you
Okay,
want to.
perfect. Yeah, that'd be great. And then also as I go through the budget packet, anything you offered, if you want to jump in on that, that would be fine for me.
If they're-
Okay. For the most part, I'm going to be presenting it all secondhand. So I think we'll be probably fine with that.
Already so.
So I ran to the elections office yesterday. We are very low on applicants. So I know there's another email that went out to our current membership to reapply. We have one applicant in District 2, one applicant in District 1, 2 and 2, 2 and 4, 1 and 5, and 2 and 7. The rest are. So if we don't fill all those seats for election, we're gonna have to go through the process where the commission appoints the replacements until the district is full. I'd like to avoid that if possible. So if you have anyone interested in getting involved in city government at this level, just have submit their application.
And I did send out another email today to please reapply. They did move the date up from June 16th to June 11th.
Why did
yeah,
they do that?
It was some legislative state thing.
Oh.
So I reminded everybody, if you're gonna reapply, do it ASAP. So. Do you want me to send, well, too late. I'll have Alex send out again to remind people with the form. There's an old email of mine with the actual form there too.
The form being the HCC application.
No, it's the candidate filing form. Okay. I'll try to CC, or when I come into your office tomorrow, I'll try to.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Then it's really easy for people. They can just.
Would you mind running through the numbers for district again real quick?
Yeah.
1 and 1, that's me.
2 and 2, 0 and 3, 2 and 4, 1 and 5, 0 and 6, and 2 and 7.
Really?
Yeah, so that's 8.
That's the most, that's the most
Well-
I've ever.
Susan said she wasn't running again in 7.
But Dylan is.
I didn't check the names. I don't know who they are. I just want hopefully to have some of those seats filled before the 11th.
Well, and Bob would want to break his like quarter century.
No, he's gonna, anyway.
Okay, I believe that's all I have for updates tonight. So, anyone else have any updates or questions?
Oh, I did have a. Well, I can say that, but I have possible swearing in of new members. What's on the screen is updated. Samuel Albert Brown used to be in District 5 and he left because of school, but he came back and he was approved. So you can swear him in
Okay.
the next meeting. And Caleb Ellis has been approved by the other District 3 members. But I haven't told him yet, Alex, if you want to tell him. And I have that in my packet I'm going to give to you tomorrow. Too. So he'll be sworn in.
Okay, perfect.
And then those two go just until the next election or?
Yeah,
just
they
like a-
Yeah,
They're just short for right now, like.
yeah. So I guess if they want to continue to run for office, they should be told ASAP.
Wow.
File. Otherwise, well, this is what I said at our meeting earlier today. What happens or what's happened in the past is you get Billy Bob has 11 cousins and he gets elected and they don't even really want to serve. They just had a bunch of relatives that elected them. So you can see all those stats from the election office if you want.
Okay. And then in terms of transition, you're out on the 5th. Is the 5th your last day or the 4th?
The fifth.
Okay, so at that point, Alex will take over as the interim coordinator. And for our meeting yesterday, we're likely to be looking at early August at the earliest.
Yeah, we're hoping to have the actual recruitment started by July 1st. That's like the earliest that we could get someone hired. So early August is best shot, probably after that. So I'll be here.
And then just typically things that, usually go through Peggy, could still go through Alex. But if you have any questions from any of the members, just send them to her if need be or address their questions. I'll be on top of that as well. So,
And should I send an email to everyone saying email Alex and Danae or just to Alex?
I'll pretty much forward everything to Danae anyway if it's necessary, but just to me is fine. for now.
Oh, okay, so I'll send out a big email stating, please report to Alex. Okay,
And I plan to send one too of just like introducing myself, but I'll be in the meetings and stuff too, so they'll see
Okay.
my face.
And the cell number will be the same, the one we've been using to reach Peggy.
594-0010.
Yes.
So you'll just keep that at your desk.
Mhm.
all right. Any questions for Alex or executive committee member updates? Okay, we'll move into the agenda. Everything looks good. Does anybody want anything specific under the roster? So we have this is a tunnel recommendation, right? That we can look at our next meeting.
Want me to bring it up on the screen or you're good?
We're not gonna discuss on that. If we do have a template, Peggy, do you usually throw it into the template or does the author do that?
I just didn't have it, like, I didn't have a blank one. or-
Oh, yeah, I usually put the heading on with the date that it's approved and dear commissioners, but you can just look at old recommendations and follow that heading. Or if you want. You just copy and paste the heading from the old ones.
We do have a template for board recommendations, if that's helpful, just to make everything look the same.
We like
Uh,
ours.
Yeah, I can post. Do you have a old one?
See, I don't have Word. I can't
Oh.
do anything at home. I have a Mac and it doesn't have Word. So
Okay.
that's why.
Yeah, we should be able to fix the format prior to the meeting. Is this kind of like a final draft, or you planning on working on?
Yeah,
more?
well, and I have some pictures I can add.
Okay. Okay, just be sure to send the completed document, preferably 7 days in advance.
Okay.
And send that to Alex.
And then everybody can get it before the meeting to review.
Right.
7 days enough for you.
Yes, and this is after it's been approved by the HCC.
It would be
It would be
prior to.
Before the meeting.
Yes, okay. I'm trying to keep the commission timeline and the HCC timeline in my head at the same time. But yes, 7 days before the HCC. That's-
Are we seeing a second recommendation? What was the second one you were talking about?
Well, it was the crosswalk and I had said like Bob
Crosswalk on.
Howard had talked to him and said that's a really complicated thing and we should help the person talk to the right people as opposed to us doing something. But I don't know, you might have a different opinion.
And Ryan Schwoker was gonna do that. And he was gonna stop by here tonight, but he didn't.
Oh.
My initial assumption would be because it's Broadway, MDT is involved in this too. And I don't know how the jurisdiction works between the city and MDT when, so we'll want to ensure that this is completely within the city's jurisdiction, because I'm not sure it is.
That's right, that's true.
So,
And it's hard to cross there, I will tell you.
yeah.
But it might be a state of Montana street, not a city street.
And something to note is that on these things that aren't extremely timely, but there's a citizen involved, we should be, kind of letting them know that this could be an extended process. We're not gonna approve a recommendation in 2 weeks, and then in 2 weeks from then, the city will start working on it, so it might be a while. And I think this one could use some fact finding. So did you say Ryan Schwoker was heading that one?
Oh, he's the one that brought it up.
He brought it up that he knew somebody that asked for it.
I think wasn't he going to email districts 1 and 2?
Yeah,
he
because it
just-
wasn't in his district.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought we decided he'd send it to the executive committee. Wasn't that what happened?
Yeah, he sent it to the executive committee. I talked to Nancy about it and she's like, it's in District 1, so you guys have to run it. Oh, okay.
Oh, it's District 1.
The person actually lives in District 1. They live above that intersection.
But it matters where the intersection is, I guess.
The intersection itself is in 2. So
I think
how
it's
that
in
works?
2.
Okay.
I think it's bordered, it's a border, it's a border. I think Broadway and
That's-
Broadway.
And it would impact both residents in both.
Yeah.
So do you want me to add that in here or not yet?
Let's wait until we have a draft at least, and
Is Ryan gonna do a draft? I thought he was just gonna give it.
yeah, I figured he wasn't going. So,
Right, okay.
I would say District 1 or 2 could write that one, or a combination of the few of you or one of you, whoever feels most passionate about it, but I would definitely recommend trying to figure out if we even have authority to recommend something like that.
How would you find out?
Yeah,
You also.
I would start with transportation. This happened with you a few weeks ago. The deputy director, I think, was under the impression that all the questions had to come through me. That's not a thing. If you are reaching out to department directors, just CC the coordinator and city manager. If you want to, you can CC me. I probably won't have much input, but in that way, all stakeholder groups know what's being talked about.
Yeah, I wasn't even asking about it as an HCC person. I just had a question.
He's like, yeah.
Everything has to go through Ben.
Okay, thank
Is there any old unfinished business?
Denise had something that she wanted to bring up. She brought it up in April, to bring up in May and asked her to delay it to June. I don't remember what it was exactly.
Was that the recommendation she and Dylan were writing about the city manager?
I think that was new from May, wasn't it?
I don't know either. I'm sorry, I don't.
Oh, yeah.
Let's just keep all of that off until we have more documentation from them, so we know it's being drafted.
What do you want to do about?
and transportation working group. Did you see that email?
No, was that sent today? I
Yeah.
haven't read my emails today yet.
Okay, it says high exec community,
She wants an ad hoc transportation committee called Low Stress Bike and Walkways.
she'd like to form a transportation working group.
Okay.
First tab.
You just wanted on the agenda to probably see if there's interest from others or something.
Do you want me to put under new business?
Uh, I have to review our rules to see if we can just create a committee. Yeah.
We-
Um,
we
I
can't
don't
be-
know, I mean, it has to be a work group, right, or
The-
something.
Well, the discussion at today's admin or outreach meeting was that it could be an ad hoc meeting and that we could form those without a lot of fanfare, but.
Yeah, I would,
think
I would,
formal committees-
when these,
Candy.
like, I'd rather them just form an interest group outside of the HCC, like just as concerned citizens.
I would
But
like to see the information that we gathered about.
Oh,
But that never, I don't think.
Seeing her list from the.
Yeah, like the list from the little,
From the art walk?
what the others?
did-
No, from the, earlier at the library. when-
Oh, yeah, I've sent that out, right?
Yeah, the top issue is.
I've got every single thing filed, so don't tell me that you can find it. It'll be sent. Yep.
Yeah, we can form it in a simple vote.
Hmm.
Yeah, so put consideration of adoption of a transportation. What we call it,
Low stress bike and walkway, transportation committee.
Ad hoc transportation work group.
yeah, let's just call it that.
Yeah, I think better than committee, probably a little less confusion. Just committee.
But consideration of creation of, of a group.
Ad hoc committee.
I would like to ask if we could invite Lois Olson from the Tri-County Fire Safe Working Group to our June meeting. She's available for the July one too, so if June is too full. And to talk about the risk assessments that they offer and what they're doing. And they have this Firewise Garden, but they're also doing a lot of work with to help people know how to evacuate and come up with an evacuation plan and make our homes more fire resistant.
Did she mention how long she has?
I think 15 minutes would be plenty.
Yeah, we can fit her on this agenda if that, if it's only 15.
I'll let her know.
And Alex, I'm gonna take up on times, they just got carried over from the last agenda, so you can make times. So, usually we put speakers right at the beginning, so they don't have to stay for our whole meeting. They don't want to. Lois, what was,
Olsen, OLSEN, and
Fire Safe Montana?
Tri-County. Oh. They just call themselves Trico because I'm like, you don't say that all the time, do you? Tri-County Fire Safe,
Fire.
Fire Safe, working.
Or even or the contact page, because she had some really good ideas about your channel and how it should stay free for me.
Yeah, I can
And
put
add
some of
that
the
in.
stuff in there, but yeah, we can.
She's really good at that. I think that'd make it a stronger. Okay.
You know,
The full meeting.
yeah, I think this will be good. We're gonna start the redistricting conversation in July. We're probably not gonna have a full plan on that or even direction on them for a few months, but once we do, start incorporating public feedback and core of the HCC and stuff like that. I mean, still have to look out right now.
Is that gonna be for HCC districts or the districts to coincide with voter districts?
I'm not sure yet. The last time they were updated was 2010, so I imagine the districts are not population, or the populations in each district aren't equal anymore. So we would want to kind of reconfigure those lines to make it more proportional for both.
Because the outreach committee's been talking again for a couple of years about naming them neighborhood districts, like, Upper West Side, Hawthorne School, Southwest, blah, 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 fairgrounds. But if they're gonna redistrict, I think the renaming of stuff should be delayed as well.
Yeah, we were just thinking it would make it more relatable, because like District 3, where is that, but if we knew.
Just the three's Upper West Side or something.
Yeah, I don't know how that works. So we're gonna have an initial meeting with Connor Fitzpatrick and get all of that hopefully tied out, and then we can come with a rough plan to the executive committee and then go from there.
Well, that's gonna be really hard, because then people will have to, if you don't live in the district you represent, you're out.
It would probably be implemented January 1st, so right after an election.
So
That's how I would-
2-year plan.
Yeah,
Oh.
this isn't gonna be fast at all, so it'll probably go over a few HCC elections, but we'll see. I don't know what's involved in it yet, so
Who decides? Do we know? Oh, okay.
that's what we're trying to figure out. Like, this is probably gonna have to be a process that involves public input. Maybe commissioners want to be involved in it. I just don't know, so I want to get a better idea before we come with a real plan to everybody.
Yep.
Okay, anything else?
I'll be participating remotely. I won't be in person. Very minor. Oh, and Peggy told us that Anna Kratz resigned,
Yeah,
so we should take her name off the.
Oh, thank you.
District 6 is empty.
And
Oh,
really?
And they're doing
library board.
Oh, man.
Oh, and Rob. Bye. But we have a new guy.
Okay, Alex, do you have any questions for us?
I think so.
Is there any public on?
What's the next meeting? June. Okay.
Yes, so our next regular meeting will be June 20th. Yeah. And seeing no other discussion, this meeting is adjourned.